Hello, hello, hello. How are you? My name is Chris of Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts. If you are here, please leave me a comment. I would love to enter you into a giveaway, which I don't know what the giveaway will be until you all give me an idea. But if you are here, leave me a comment. I'll write your name down. I have a little list here. It's numbered, and then I will use random.org to choose a winner. Now, what kind of giveaway do you all want to have? Do you want it to be a free crochet pattern? Hi, Kay. How are you? Kay, you are number one. Do you want it to be a free crochet pattern? Do you want it to be an ebook? Would you like me to go yarn shopping and buy some yarn and ship it to you? I could only do that if you're in the US, though. But anyway, it's good to have you on my side of the mountain. I hope you were able to join me on Facebook like Kay was. Again, if you're here, please leave me a comment. So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to talk to you about chemo caps. I want to talk to you about my breast cancer journey, and I want to talk to you about Niagara Falls. I got to leave my side of the mountain and go to Buffalo, New York, where my daughter is. She has three little ones. It was great to be with the grandbabies, and they took us to Niagara and took us out to eat, and I had buffalo wings for the first time. I see several of you are on here. Please leave a comment and I will enter you in the giveaway. Hello, Risa. Am I pronouncing your name right, Risa? Okay, I think you do have all of my patterns. You may very well have all of my patterns, although I'm getting ready to publish some new ones, aren't I? So you'll have to get those. But today I released this crochet pattern. This was a release today, and the first 100 were free, and after that, it's 50% off for the rest of October. But anyway, all right. So Risa, tell me how to. Can you spell me out how to correctly pronounce your name? Am I saying your name correctly? But I'd like to enter you guys in a giveaway. Give me ideas of what you would like. Oh, I am. I'm saying it right. All right. Now I don't know how I would say your last name. Goosewell. Goosewell. I'm assuming that's it. But anyway, it's good to have you guys. So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I've really wanted to make a big deal of sharing chemo caps. I've designed several chemo caps over the years, and then I designed several more after I had breast cancer. So I want to talk a little bit about breast cancer, and I want to talk about what makes a good chemo cap. A good chemo cap is whatever the person that is going through treatment needs. Some chemo patients, if you've been, I know Kay has already heard this. Close enough. Reese said it's close enough. If you have had treatments, you may, if you're taking treatments, you may have sores on your scalp. You just may have extra tender skin. When you're losing your hair, the follicles hurt. So a cap that is tender to your skin is important. Now, not everybody has those symptoms. I know when I was dealing with I didn't go through chemo, but I ended up trying hormone blockers and they just made me uncomfortable. They made me grumpy. And I also had these terrible, terrible, terrible hot flashes. Are you guys crocheting anything right now? Yeah, Kay, I just saw that comment and I was like, what was that about? Hi, Terry. All right, Terry, you are number three. Terry, where are you from? Oh, Terry, it is your first time here. I'm glad you're here. Tell me where you're from. Um, Kay, what are you talking about? Those in North Carolina, are you that lost everything? You know what? I have not been connected to the news in so long. I Every once in a while I'll see the videos come through of the flooding from the Outer Banks. Is that what you're talking about, or is it the folks that flooded last summer? Terry, you're in Ohio. Well, I'm in West Virginia, Terry. So depending on where you are in Ohio, we may not be that far apart. I was in Marietta the other day with my girlfriend. We had a great time. She took me in downtown old Marietta. It was so pretty. The river was so pretty. The park was so pretty. All right, but I need to talk about a chemo hat. All right, the chemo hat that I designed after I was well enough to design a hat, and I had taken hormone therapy treatments and Central South Akron. I don't think that's very close to where I live. Well, um, so the treatments made me have terrible hot flashes. I mean, monster hot flashes. And I designed a mesh chemo cap. I designed two mesh chemo caps. They're like sun hats. There's a lot of area that will be uncovered so that the chemo patient can get a lot of airflow. And I did that simply because some chemo patients, when they're losing their hair or have lost their hair, are want to go outside when it's hot, but and they want to walk through their neighborhood or sit on their porch and they don't want to show their bald head. They can put on a little bit of a mesh cap. Plus, if you're having terrible hot flashes, a mesh chemo cap is a benefit. I had people giving me a hard time. I have had some give me a hard time. Then I have had some that have gone through treatments and said it was a welcome blessing to have a mesh chemo cap. So let's talk about what makes a good chemo cap. Anything will make a good chemo cap if you're wanting to make a bunch and donate to a cancer center or a hospital. Don't let anyone intimidate you and make you think you have to do it certain specific. Now, if you have someone that you know is going through chemo or radiation treatments and you're making it specific for them, talk to them. They may want something very soft. They may not care. They may have sores on their head. Um, Talk to them, design a chemo cap that is good for them, that you've talked with them and they're okay with it. Generally, 100% cotton is not a good choice. Red Heart Super Saver is not a good choice. Um, Cotton blends are a very good choice. Um, Bamboo yarn is a very good choice. Is there anything wrong with making a chemo cap of 100% cotton or Red Heart Super Saver to just donate to the general public? Absolutely not. Do it. If you have the yarn and you want to do it, do it. I have talked with the folks at the cancer centers, and they have told me you've had, and they have told me that they'll take just about anything. And men need chemo caps. Now I need to pause a moment. I just saw where Terry Coberly said she's had breast cancer 2 years in a row. Oh my. I am sorry about that. Um, Tell me how you're doing. How is your treatment? I had to have a mess. I don't know if you know my story or not. I had to have a mastectomy, but I didn't have a very dangerous cancer. I didn't have to take treatments, any chemo or radiation. It just became so large you could literally pick it up with your hand. That's the other thing that I really would like for people to know is that mammograms don't always catch your breast cancer. I have the type of breast cancer that does not show up on a mammogram. And I kept saying, something's wrong, something's wrong. I should have pushed harder. I did not know that you could have a breast MRI and it would determine whether you had um, cancer or not. But anyway, Terry, if you feel like telling me how you are, just let me know how you are. I hope things are well with you. But I also want to know, have you ever been to Niagara Falls? I got to go to Niagara Falls when I was in Buffalo, New York, just a few weeks ago, and boy, was that fun. I really enjoyed it. I never had a desire to go to Buffalo, and I got to go to Buffalo. Well, I never had a desire to go to Niagara. And then when I went to Buffalo to see my daughter and her grandbabies, um, she had she took us to Niagara Falls, and that was fun. And took us to a pizza place, and I had my first set of buffalo wings that were not hot. I went to Buffalo and I ate wings and they were not hot. So I'm reading what Terry wrote to me. Oh, oh, going to Niagara is on your bucket list, Risa. Terry, I'm sorry. Did you have to have surgery, chemo? Is your journey over? I'm almost 5 years out. I feel like you're never going to, I guess, ever feel like it's over because you're going to feel like you're always waiting for the next. I'm always waiting for the next appointment, but also, Terry was able to go to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side in 1973. Well, how about that? I hear that I've heard that the Canadian side is the, is the best place, but I'm not going to get a I don't think I'm ever going to go to Canada. I didn't think I'd ever go to Niagara Falls either. But it was wonderful. And turns out my daughter didn't let me know. Turns out she's been crocheting. And while I was there, I made some hats for my granddaughters. I brought a bag of yarn with me and I made little hats for each one of them. There are three, a 6-year old, a 4-year old, and a 1-year old. And I took care on Simply Soft. I still have my bag and a variegated yarn. I held two strands together. And she's like, Mom, you don't have to do that while you're here. And I was like, I want my grandchildren to see me make them something. So I made them each a hat. I held two strands together. So these two together made a really pretty hat. And then I trimmed the brim like 4 rounds of this fluffy fur, and oh my goodness, they look so cute in it. And I was doing the two older girls at about the same time, but I really liked having them there so I could fit it to them. And and so then when it was time for me to do the baby, she's just, been walking a little while. She's a little over a year old, and I put the hat on her to try it on her, but I didn't have the fur brim on her yet. She did not want to take it off. She was so excited because she had seen her sisters wearing the hats. But anyway, so that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. It didn't take very long because I used a K hook, I used 2 strands of yarn, and it was just fun. I think I'm going to write that up, a children's hat. But each one had a different base. They were all a half double crochet hat, but like Grace, who's 6, she had a 10 half double crochet start. Then Abigail, who's 4, had a 9, and then the baby had 8. And then, of course, it was all shorter. Each one of them was shorter, but they turned out really, really cute. So, are you guys working on something? Are you crocheting something? Oh, Terry, you had a double mastectomy. I had, I had one side taken, and that was tough. That was a tough surgery to recover from. I can't imagine a double. Or how are you now? Are you okay? Are you healed? I I wish I'd had both taken, to be honest with you, because it just always feels like something's going to happen over here. But but yeah, yeah, I'll be praying for you also. Kay said she'd be praying for you. Um, I know people have surgeries from time to time, but that mastectomy really is hard. Is hard. I didn't have restoration. I just didn't. It is a rough recovery. I know one side with just getting in and out of bed, just doing some basic things was, yeah. Yep. Well, bless your heart. I'll be praying for you. You stay in touch with us to let us know how you're doing. But did you lose your hair then? Reese is working on several whips. During this live, she's crocheting her second holiday square crochet along. Oh, cool. Who is it with a specific designer? I don't care if you talk about other designers. Um, yeah. And I'm older, and there was talking about restoration. There was a lady in our church. She had a sister who was the same age as I did, and she had restoration. And I mean, she had so much trouble because of just the surgery's tough enough, but at our age, there's extra things they have to do for a restoration, and some of the things that she went through for the restoration, I am so thankful I didn't. Now, if I were younger, I would have done the restoration, but wow, what she has gone through has been really, really tough. But so do you guys have any ideas for me for what I can use, what I can do as a giveaway? I'd really like to have a giveaway. I don't I'm going to be have 10,000 subscribers soon on YouTube, which I'm excited about. I'm really excited. I've worked hard on my YouTube channel. I'm going to start working a little harder on YouTube here soon, but I really like teaching. I like showing people how to do things. I feel like one day my children are going to look back on what I have made and done and learn something from it, and my grandchildren. And I think that, and then oh, Kay Mathis just said, Kay Mathis, you broke both wrists or broke both arms, and you haven't been able to crochet, but you're going to make one of Kirsten Holloway's Holloway's blankets for your grandson who's getting married. Well, I love Kirsten. It's Kirsten, I think. She's a sweet lady. She has a lot of physical issues, and her designs are so pretty. I love her designs. So pretty. But and Terry, you're 70. I'm 64. So we're not oh, you lost your hair twice. Now, what were you comfortable wearing any kind of chemo cap, or were you particular about? I know I had someone tell me one time that they like to wear flannel on their head. It was softer on their head, a flannel head wrap was comfortable. But I'm rambling on, and I'm forgetting to show you the chemo cap, the new one that I've made that I hope to have out next week. This was yarn from the Dollar Tree, and it was pink, and I thought, well, I'll just make something. This is soft. Now, if you have irritable skin, I don't think it'll be too soft. But someone said it looked so big when I was at Facebook, but it fits me with my hair. So this would be a large, extra large. I'm a medium to large when I wear a hat, but I write my chemo caps so that they're going to fit someone without hair. So this would be a large, extra large. But I got the yarn at the Dollar Tree. It's the pink chenille. I call it velvet, but I guess it's chenille, isn't it? It's like the Burnett velvet, but it's just a single crochet hat with a moss stitch right here. And then someone told me in our group, and I forget her name, really thought I'd remember her name. She said that she had lost her hair and she always wore it long, and that when she went through treatments, her neck was so cold. So I thought, well, I'll make a companion cowl to go with that. So that'll be next week, hopefully. And I'm playing, and I bought a while back. I bought this fabric, and tell me if you think it's a good idea. And I'm thinking about fussy cutting around the ribbon, and then using some heat and bond, which is like a glue, and then pressing it onto either some felt or some fleece, and then just having it as an emblem on the side of the hat, and then sew it on, just like stitch it on. I've done that in the past. I've also done that with a button. So tell me what you think of that. So you didn't wear any hats. You weren't cold. I know some people say Terry said she started wearing a cap, but then she didn't wear any. Some people uh get super cold during treatments. At least you didn't get cold. Um, well, thank you. Do you think the cowl is a good idea? Well, good. I'm so glad. Terry, you said you're in Akron? Did South of Akron. I think I have family that lives that way, uh, around Chillicothe. Is Chillicothe around Akron? they're kind of like cousins I don't see very often at all. I did when I was a kid when mom was alive, but I don't see him anymore. But oh, a hat made you too hot. Yep. And I can imagine. Are you on the hormone blockers? I was not able to take hormone blockers. I couldn't. I was in too much pain. I couldn't walk. And I felt like since my cancer wasn't real serious, oh, you're around Columbus. Oh, Chillicothe's around Columbus. Oh, I don't know where anything's at. Oh, but anyway, well, if you guys can think of anything that I can do for a giveaway, I'd be happy to give you a crochet pattern, give you an ebook, buy some yarn. But I'm looking forward to hitting 10,000 subscribers, and I'm planning on going live next week. And let's all remember to remember those that have had breast cancer. Terry, I'll be praying for you. I hope things go well for you in the future. And let's support those that have fought the battle and are fighting the battle. And you all take care. I'm going to end this live. Huh. Yours was triple. See, I don't understand. There's so much now about breast cancer. They wanted me to take, I don't remember what I was, to be honest with you. I was so worn out. I was so worn out. But you didn't have to take the hormone blockers. Yeah. Oh, Massillon. Well, Massillon, Ohio. Brother Keene has a church up there. What is the name of that church? It's Brother Keene is from the area that I live in West Virginia, and he has been a pastor. He may be retired now, but has been a pastor at Massillon, Ohio for a long time. I'm not sure what you mean by I don't have them. I forget what I asked. Okay. Well, it was good to have you guys on my side of the mountain. I am going live next Friday, Lord willing, Lord willing. And I can't remember the name of his church. Is it Open Door? He started First Bible. It's a printing ministry. It's called First Bible. It's a printing ministry. That's all I know, and I wish I could remember. I can't remember anything. Uh, I don't know if it was. I'm glad I didn't take the hormone therapy because they say the brain fog is really bad. You get a bad enough brain fog just by having a surgery. So, but anyway, it's a Baptist church. I'm pretty sure it's a Baptist church. But anyway, I'm going to hop off here. It was good to have you guys. I'll see you guys next Friday. And maybe by next Friday, I'll be at 10,000 subscribers, although I doubt it. It's not happening that fast. Anyway, all right. Well, it was good to have you, and I'll have some more exciting things to show you next week. Bye.